Assalamu alaikum. My name is Irfan Hussain and I'm part of the Keep Mosques Independent campaign. And this campaign came about in response to David Cameron's proposals to regulate madrasas and masjids. And the reason why we oppose this is that the intervention isn't just to ensure that our mosques are complying to safeguarding policies, but the intervention goes further than that. And this is an intervention for the government to define and dictate what we can and we can't teach, effectively a state-sanctioned Islam. And this is dangerous for us, because we need to ensure that our institutions remain dependent to do the job that they were created for, which is to ensure that our next generation of children and youth maintain and build their Islamic identity. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum, hello. My name is Wahid Arshad and I'm from Jamia Khizra Masjid in Bury. I think it's an overreaction, it's not required. I'd say it's far-fetched to find anything, as we've seen any incidents that have happened either in the UK through terrorism or people going abroad. You know, it's nothing to do with what's been taught in madrasas.
We feel there's absolutely no need. There's no evidence to support that. I think, as you have heard today from all the speakers, alhamdulillah, masajid and the makatib, with the limited resources that they have, are doing a fantastic job in their own ways. Islam is under target, it's under threat, it's being targeted. You've heard from the speakers today, there's overwhelming evidence to support. There is no case whatsoever to support that there's radicalization in the madaris.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Samara Wasti and I live in Manchester. I have 2 children. I'm rather concerned about the current proposals by the government to regulate the madrasas, the madaris system, and I'm totally against state intervention or basically encroachment upon legislation to do with madrasas. If anything, we should be an independent body doing this to improve, but I'm very against the state regulating and determining what is taught and not taught in madrasas.
I'm Muhammad Shafiq Chowdhury from Islamic Academy of Manchester. We are in Manchester, one of the oldest near the university campus. There is no such radicalization happens in our school. Is the most peaceful institution in Manchester. From 40 years we serve this community. We want to improve our things, but with our Muslim body governing these one, rather than outside imposing something unofficially, something wrong things. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Zaman. I'm a khatib in about 8-9 mosques around Manchester. Now, clearly, no Muslim wants their children to be joining ISIS. No Muslim wants their children to be indulging in any kind of violence in this country or abroad. But this is not the way to achieve that. What the government is proposing, we feel, would be a gross interference in the running of mosques and within our faith as to what we can and cannot teach. And that no faith will be happy for that level of government interference.
Yeah, Jahangir Mohammed, Director for Centre for Muslim Affairs. I'm a local Manchester resident. But as far as the actual registration, monitoring and sanctions against madrasas, in other words, state control of madrasas, what's being taught, who should do the teaching, and the standards of teaching required, the nature of the religious beliefs being taught. This is a private matter. This is about private religion. Muslims as parents pay for this out of our own money in private time for our children to learn the Quran in Arabic and also basic parts of the religious faith, Islamic faith. It is not any of the government's business, and the Muslim community here today has shown that it will object very strongly to any interference in the teaching of private religious belief.
Majid Hussain, representing Bolton Council of Mosques. I totally disagree with the government approach to regulation of madrasas. The analogy that a brother just gave in there was that a military airstrike takes place on a car that's parked in double yellow lines, although there's a traffic warden there. And that's the analogy that I feel fits this picture best, because the government is taking disproportionate action with a clear agenda, many believe, just as it did with Prevent, to silence Muslim voice and to dilute Islamic teachings.